Hey, if you enjoy what I do, please drop a like on the video, click the bell if you want to, not necessary, and drop a comment. Want to give me feedback. I'm doing it like this because I'm pretty bad at selling out when I'm recording videos. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you there. So unlike the last 5 videos that I recorded, and they should be out all within the next day or two, these are gonna be spread out a lot because we have 6 days before this banner goes away. Abby's on Rate Up every day, and that's what today's video is on. And then Osaka Archer and Melt will come out when they come out. Definitely, if they're not already out by these last days, they'll these two will come out on the same day and make it a triple upload if I have to. I don't know the schedule for the singularity repairs for part 5 and 6, and I don't know how many servants are coming out for the new JP event. So that's why I'm just putting this disclaimer now, because this video is coming out first. So, Abby. She just got her buff, and it makes her better. But it's still OG Abby. And understandably, a lot of people have problems with this servant. Very understandably. She is a Buster servant with a triple art deck, 6 hits. Her hit counts are phenomenal. And then her MP charge is just barely better than the Summer Valkyries, who only have their MP gimp that hard because they have a 10-hit AoE MP. This is a single target Buster, and they gimped her gains so horrendously they needed to buff her battery skill. There is only so much supports can do to help out servants, because if you try to buff up the gain, her damage is going to suck. So you just kind of like, Vitch can't do it. Her best support is Merlin and maybe one Vitch, because Merlin will give her passive gains. But my god, is this servant going to be hard to like fully fix? It's definitely not going to be easy. Attack higher than average. HP, again, I think this is average HP for a 5-star. Also, side note, again, if you guys didn't know, Abby, this is the first foreigner that was introduced in the game, which is why like people wish Abby was just better. Again, hit count across the board, they look good, but this is given by this MP game. Castoria, her MP gain skill is not gonna help as much as you think, because the MP gain is a percentage and it scales off your original. So if your original is bad, Castoria's isn't gonna help much. Well, don't get me wrong, it will help. It's just not as much as you think. Okay, I believe, yes, this is the skill that got buffed. Okay, so before 10% every turn and 30% MP damage for 3 turns. This skill is fine. Like as a skill by itself, it's fine. Like in a vacuum, it's fine. But with Abby, it's not good enough. They buffed it, and now it's a 30% battery. I think they still should have reduced the cooldown on this. I still think this should be in a 6 turn and not a 7. Because her gains are just that bad that she needed this faster. Excuse me. So like Vitch, you would pretty much only be using her to get the battery faster, which is redundant because like there's no point in using Vitch when she only has 1 Buster card and a Buster MP. Like you have to rely on carding to get this, to get back maybe 10% extra gain. Abby just doesn't function well with Vitch. She just doesn't. She functions better with Oberon than she does Vitch, actually. Which is hilarious. Second skill, Mass Hysteria. This, again, I feel should not be on a 7 turn, it should be on a 6. Although the Terror is a very high chance at 50%. This is just barely higher than Van Gogh's, but Van Gogh's activates on MP and is easily spammable. This is not. At least they add 20% defense for 3 turns, but again, downtime on this is too much. This would be on a 6 turn cooldown at least. Maybe buff this up a bit too. Third skill. At least it's a guaranteed drain. The 20% attack down. Like, why is this on? Why are all her skills on a 7 turn cooldown? That's what I really want to know. That's her biggest flaw, is that her cooldowns are just, her games are bad, and her skills are on too long of a cooldown. She, like, this witch trial needs to also reduce her cooldowns by 2. That's the buff I would give her. What, like, this is targeting someone else. Let her reduce her own cooldowns by 2. And then it's not gonna fix her overnight, but I think she'll be better. She'll be able to use this more often. The uptime on it will actually be pretty good. You'll only have 2 turns of you not getting 20% MP or a 10% MP gain every turn. If you use Merlin, then that's even better, because then you're getting even more MP per turn. Yeah. Please. That's the buff Abby actually needs. She needs skill cooldown reduction. Because, like, anything else is going to be fixing specific problems. This is gonna, like, adding 2 turns skill cooldown will fix a general problem she has, which will also fix the other issues. First Servant that had the Foreigner passive, 2 stars every turn, 12% debuff resistance, Insanity, form of balance enhancement, but because she wrapped right around to being sane, or the Insanity came from God, whatever, word stuff, me rambling. 8% Buster up, Divinity for Tickle. Because she does have a 30% battery, you are gonna want mana loading. She has damage mod against Berserkers, so another thing that you might want to invest in, because she has class advantage against Berserkers, so this is great damage. And extra attack, maybe. I don't know how well you're gonna be soloing with Abby, because again, her cooldowns are horrendous that they do not play for solos. I don't know if you're actually going to be extra attacking, so that's why I'm hesitant to say this. It's so weird that I'm saying get this before get extra attack, but Abby just needs too much help. Okay, so actually, maybe instead of this skill having the skill cooldown, they put it on the MP, and I still think it needs to be 2, but I'm also hesitant on saying the MP, because that's going to make it harder for her to use it. But at the same time, like, getting to the MP the first time isn't the issue, it's getting it back to it again. But her MP is actually, like, very good. It removes one enemy's buffs completely, activates on MP, reduces the crit attack chance 30% 1 turn. I really do think she needs a skill cooldown reduction somewhere. She needs it somewhere, because 7 is just too much. But MP is solid, needs a buff. Yeah, she needs a damage buff on her MP. Probably more than this, because because again, if they do this, they're not going to add an attack buff too. They're not going to add the damage stuff. So her MP is still gonna not hit hard. Because actually, I stand corrected. Sure, MP actually does hit pretty hard. Yeah, it actually does hit it pretty hard. And it's, like, not... Unlike Summer Abigail, which, like, her damage is, like, really restrictive to, like, the first time. Like, this Abigail actually does hit decently hard. And this defense does last for 3 turns, so this damage is consistent. Yeah, it's very consistent damage. It's just not enough. Double X hits harder and has better supports. Very specific supports that help, especially Double X, because Castoria gives threat to humanity buff, so you double stack on this. That is something I forgot to bring up when I did Double X's video. On CE, another thing for MP damage and insta kill immunity 3 times. This is super niche, but like when it actually works, it's very helpful. And her MP damage, like she kind of doesn't need this because she already has an MP damage buff, but if you use her with Oberon, 60% MP damage in her own kit that he can multiply? Yeah, not super bad. Should you summon for Abby? She's adorable, but it's not worth. We got Doman, we got Ibuki, we got Muramasa, we even got Vitra, who I'm, due to obligations, will be giving Lasagna money for her. Only not going for her, but just on the banner, just in case. Alright, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.